The father and daughter are chatting. Suddenly an unmanned aerial vehicle flew overhead. He quickly drove after it. The UAV had what he wanted. He followed the UAV into the cornfield, took out his computer to hack into the UAV, and finally controlled it on a cliff. It has been flying aimlessly for 10 years. Cooper took control of it and landed it just for the battery inside. In the future world, sand and dust are rampant, and plates have to be buckled. Modern civilized society gradually developed into the agricultural era. Corn became the main food, and rare talents became farmers. However, as crops continue to become extinct and fewer surviving species exist, humans are also facing the risk of being unable to survive. Cooper was a NASA astronaut before going into farming. On this day, a strange phenomenon occurred on the bookshelf in his daughter Murphy's room. After analysis, his daughter thought it was a code. Her daughter was keen on deciphering these things, and used Morse code to crack the spaces on the bookshelf. A sandstorm allowed Cooper to accidentally discover the phenomenon of gravitational fields and decipher a coordinate. He planned to find out, and his daughter, who was extremely interested in it, secretly got into the pickup truck. He had no choice but to take her with him. It turns out that this coordinate is NASA's secret base. Cooper learned about NASA's human evacuation plan, and Dr. Brand invited him to pilot a spacecraft to participate in the plan. NASA discovered a wormhole near Saturn 48 years ago that led to another galaxy. 10 years ago, they sent 12 forerunners to another galaxy. The information they sent back showed that there are 3 planets that are possible to inhabit. Dr. Brand formulated 2 plans. Plan A to build the Ark space station and send humans to a new living environment by controlling gravity. Plan B to bring thousands of human fertilized eggs to the new environment and use technology and transportation to reproduce humans. Cooper prefers Plan A, which would allow him to leave with his family. Looking at the blackboard full of uncalculated formulas, he felt unsure. Brand gave Cooper a promise: when you come back, I'll solve the gravity problem. His daughter didn't want him to leave and was angry alone in her bedroom, shutting him out. The next day he came to apologize to his daughter, but her daughter told him that she had figured out the message on the bookshelf, and it was, stay. Cooper took his daughter's words as a child's willfulness, and comforted her by saying, I'll be back. He gave his daughter a watch and told her that what happened in space would cause time to change. Maybe we will be the same age when I come back. The smart daughter realized that Cooper had no idea when he would come back. Cooper was about to leave, but as soon as he opened the door, a book fell from the bookshelf, as if to say don't leave. Cooper paused, then left. He started the engine with regret and looked at the co-pilot's clothes. This is a detail that, in Cooper's subconscious, his daughter is still hiding under his clothes. Murph chased him out, but all she could see was the dust kicked up by the truck. Cooper, Dr. Brand's daughter Amelia, 2 others and a super-intelligent robot, formed a team and left the Earth. They successfully enter a wormhole and reach another galaxy. The first target was the planet where the Forerunner Miller landed, but because it is too close to the black hole, it is affected by the black hole's gravity. The time around a black hole, including the time on this planet, will be much slower than on Earth. Converted, 1 hour on this planet is equivalent to 7 Earth years. In order to avoid wasting too much time, Cooper chose to bypass the time slowdown area and land from behind the planet. Cooper's plan succeeded and he landed safely on the planet. They found the remains of Miller's beacon. Cooper found a huge wave ahead, but luckily it was far away from them. He turned around to check and found that the next huge wave was about to hit them. He called his teammates to come back quickly. A teammate was swallowed by a huge wave before he could board the spacecraft. After being hit by huge waves, the spacecraft's engine was seriously flooded and needed to be drained. Drainage time takes about an hour. You must know that for every hour delayed here, 7 years have passed outside. Amelia calculated that it might take Miller only a few hours to get here from Earth. This indicates that Miller was died on this planet, probably just a few minutes ago. Drainage is almost complete, but the second wave is about to arrive and the situation is urgent. Cooper forced the engine to start, but fortunately it worked. The 2 escaped from the huge wave. This planet is not suitable for survival. Return to the space station. Black teammates greeted them and told them that 23 years had passed. In the past 23 years, the space station has received a lot of information from the Earth, but has no way to send out the information. Cooper sat down to review the information. His son grew up, farmed at home, married a wife and had children. His father has passed away. After so many years, there is only one video of his daughter. Due to insufficient fuel budget, only one of the remaining 2 planets can be traveled to. Eventually they decided to land on the relatively nearby planet of Dr. Mann. At this time, Murphy has been working for NASA for many years, and Dr. Brand's lifespan on Earth has expired. Before he died, he told Murphy the truth. He told a huge lie and deceived most of the people who trusted him. Planet is just a scam. This is a glacier planet from another galaxy. Cooper wakes Dr. Mann from his hibernation chamber. Dr. Mann described that this planet has 67 hours of day and night, and it is very cold. He discovered that there was a surface beneath the ice that was consistent with the conditions for human survival. Amelia received a video from Murphy and learned that her father had passed away, and that Plana was a scam. Amelia refused to believe it, and said that her father had spent his whole life studying the gravity formula for Plana. She didn't understand why Murphy said that. Dr. Mann said her father had solved the formula before he set off. However, the so-called formula cannot reconcile general relativity and quantum field theory. In short, the current understanding of black holes is simply not enough to support the operation of Plana. So Plana is just a cover, Plan B is the core. Murphy, who is on Earth, calculated Dr. Brand's formula, which is only half the answer. A deeper understanding of black holes is needed to realize Plana. She vaguely felt that the remaining answers must be in the room where strange events often happened when she was a child. Dr. Mann took Cooper to a faraway place. He threw away his communication module while Cooper was not paying attention, and pushed him off the cliff. The two were entangled. Mann shattered Cooper's mask and the oxygen began to leak. He struggled to find the communication module and installed it. He called Amelia urgently, and Amelia arrived in time to save him. It turns out that Dr. Mann falsified the data, and this planet does not have the necessary conditions for human beings to survive. The purpose of him sending signals all the time is that someone will come here to rescue him. He doesn't want to die on this hopeless planet. Mann drove the spaceship to the space station and tried to dock. However, he did not have the right to dock with the space station. He began to force the docking manually and tried to open the door of the space station, but the docking buckle device of the spacecraft could not be locked. Due to Dr. Mann's irregular operation, the airlock cabin of the space station exploded under negative pressure, triggering a series of chain reactions. The space station began to rotate at high speed, and Cooper drove the spacecraft close to the rotating space station in preparation for docking. With his superb skills, he made the spacecraft start to rotate and remain relatively stationary with the space station, successfully docked and stabilized the space station. Just when they were glad that they had control of the space station, the intelligent robot sent a reminder that the space station was about to enter the gravitational field of the black hole, and it would keep sliding towards the black hole. Cooper followed the current state and made a plan to slide the space station to the edge of the black hole's event horizon, and then use the black hole's gravitational slingshot effect to fly straight to the next planet. This plan requires a spacecraft to assist in propulsion. After the fuel is used up, it needs to be separated from the space station to reduce its own weight. However, the linkage device of the space station was damaged and could not be separated automatically. The robot had to be sacrificed for manual separation. Reaching the edge of the black hole's event horizon, the space station's main engine starts. The robot starts the engine boost. Then Cooper also turned on the spacecraft engine. These operations may seem like only a few minutes, but in fact, 51 years have passed under the influence of the black hole. The space station has left the edge of the horizon. The robot's spacecraft ran out of fuel and separated the spacecraft from the space station. Cooper also ran out of fuel, and the spacecraft's engines died. He is also preparing to separate the space station. However, this plan was not told to Amelia. Cooper chose to sacrifice himself in order to send Amelia to the third planet, and also for the future of mankind. Cooper separated the spacecraft from the space station, and he was attracted by the strong gravity towards the black hole. The craft falls apart and he ejects himself from the craft. After an unknown amount of time, Cooper entered a hypercube. He discovered that this was the back of the bookshelf in his daughter's room. Timelines for different time periods are displayed on the hypercube. He found the timeline of the day he left, knocked the books off the shelf, and conveyed the message of stay to his daughter. The foreshadowing at the beginning was revealed, and it turned out that he knocked down these books himself. Seeing that he was about to leave, he could do nothing. He hammered at the timeline, knocking a book to the ground. He suddenly realized that the strange events that happened in this room were all messages he had sent to Murphy. On the other side of the Earth, Murphy suddenly understood that the vision in this room must come from his father. At this time, the voice of the robot came. It told Cooper that it was in their fifth dimension, and they saved it. This they refers to the people who placed a wormhole on Saturn, created a hypercube timeline inside the black hole, and told Cooper that gravity can transmit information between different dimensions. Cooper suddenly understood that they were not choosing him, but his daughter Murphy, and all the timelines here were in Murphy's room at all times. Cooper was looking for a way to transmit information. He saw the watch he left for Murphy. Cooper asked the robot to transmit quantum data to her in the form of Morse code. He used gravity to move the hands of the watch to transmit the information. On the other side of the Earth, Murphy held the watch and found that the hands were beating regularly. She understood that this was a message from her father. Murphy recorded the message from her father. Using this information, she calculated the remaining half answer. Plan A is no longer unachievable, and humanity finally has hope. After Cooper sent the message, the Tesseract shut down. When Cooper woke up from the hospital bed, the relevant personnel explained to him that he had only a few minutes of oxygen left when they found him. Fortunately, his daughter was not dead yet, and the two finally met. When Murphy also reached the end of her life, she did not want her father to send her away. Murphy asked Cooper to find Amelia, and not let her be alone on that planet. Cooper looked at his daughter with mixed feelings in his heart. He failed to participate in her growth, and when they met again, it was already parting. Cooper secretly drives away a spaceship and embarks on a journey to find Amelia. Amelia was on the third planet, and she took off her helmet-breathing mask. Breathe the air of this planet. The brightly lit base here. This planet has enough necessary conditions for human survival. She put Plan B into action. This is the end of the movie. The film quotes a lot of theories about the universe and space. It is a rare film for popularizing space science knowledge. No explanation can replace the original film. I am HKY Movies, and I look forward to meeting you next time.